Let's start. I'm sharing the screen. First, we will discuss what are polynomials. Okay, क्या होता है polynomials? This was your page. This is what we discussed yesterday. Okay, polynomials now. Okay, see children, in polynomials, you have studied about what are polynomials. Can anyone tell me what is a polynomial?
Polynomials are algebraic expressions which have more than two terms.
हाँ, poly means many. Okay, poly का मतलब ही many होता है. Okay, and or what else? What can you say about an expression, polynomial expression?
Ma'am, like an example.
Like an example.
Ma'am, 4xy, something like that.
So polynomial basically it is a combination of numbers. Is that? Numbers, variables, positive powers. Is that? Yes, children?
Yes, ma'am.
And operations also. Okay? So this is basically, it is a combination of all these things. Suppose if I have some equation, say 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. So this is some polynomial expression. We call it an expression. I'm not calling this an equation because there is no equal to sign. Okay, this is an expression now. So here these are the coefficients. These are the variables x. This is polynomial equation in one variable. There is only one variable which is x. And this is the highest power of the polynomial expression. Right? So coming to the degree of the polynomial. Okay. So those polynomials which have one kind of variable. One kind means suppose if I have all the variables same. X hai, yahan bhi x hai. Okay. If suppose I have something in terms of two variables, here x is one variable, y is another variable, then this is not a polynomial equation in one variable. This is polynomial equation in two variables. Okay. So we are not going into this because our chapter is restricted to one variable. Okay. Okay, children.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, beta. So, suppose if I have some equations, I'll take some examples of the equations. If I have taken this equations, okay, this expression. Now, in this expression, we can see what is the highest degree of x. Variable की highest degree क्या है? We are talking about the degree of a polynomial. What is degree of polynomial? Okay, this is
The highest power of the polynomial, any variable in the polynomial.
Yes, the highest power of the polynomial is called the degree of the polynomial. So in this case, the highest power is 1. यहाँ पे power कितनी है? 0. X की power 0 है ना? Anything with the power 0 is 1. 1 होता है. So यहाँ पे 0 है, the highest power is 1 here. So that means this is इसका degree कितना है? 1. Now in this equation 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. What is the degree of the polynomial? Which is the highest power of the variable? That's 2. Highest power 2 है. यहाँ 0 था, यहाँ 1 है, यहाँ 2 है. So that's 2. Okay. If I write some other equation like this, say x raised to 5 minus x raised to 4 plus 3. What? Sorry, we are not going into 5 equation. This, let's take it 3. Okay. So if the degree is highest power is of the degree is now here, what?
Ma'am, 3.
3. So जिसका भी degree 3 होता है, we call that as cubic polynomial. Okay. So इसका highest degree is 1, highest degree is 2, the highest degree in this equation is 3. So we call these type of equation first any expression which has highest degree 1 is called linear polynomial. Okay. Linear polynomial. And the polynomial with highest degree 2 is called quadratic polynomial. Okay. Similarly, any polynomial with the highest degree as 3, we call it cubic polynomial. Okay. And so on, this goes on. But we will be studying these type in this chapter. Okay. Okay, children. And so on, we have, when you have many like this, we call it polynomial. Okay, polynomial to वैसे ये होता है कि how many terms are there? Any expression with one term is called monomial. Any expression with two terms, these are two terms, we call it binomial. Any expression with three terms is called trinomial. Then so on, if you have multiple terms, you call it polynomials. Okay. I hope you have understood till here.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Okay, now let's recognize some questions in this. I'm coming to exercise 2.1 because this is about the recognizing the kind of polynomials. Okay, now see question number 1 I'm coming to. Which of the following expressions are polynomials in one variable and which are not? State reason for your answer. So you have to find which are polynomials in one variable. Fine.
Ma'am,
Yes.
we're done with number system, right?
Number system is over.
Ma'am, can you please post the PDF of 1.6 as I was absent? I mean the 1.3, the class which took place on 30th.
1.3.
Ma'am, the decimals one, I didn't attend it on 30th.
Okay. Did you see
Ma'am.
the recording I told you yesterday?
Yes, ma'am,
Go
but
through
just
the
for
recording.
reference, I wanted the PPT so I can practice tomorrow.
Okay. So how will I share the PPT with you? Because we are practicing here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll try to send.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Where will I send? On the group?
Ma'am, you can post it in the Wise app, right? In the resources.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Only this
Thank you,
slide?
ma'am.
Which
Yes, ma'am, only the decimal part as I was absent.
that? Just a second. These questions you're talking about, right?
Yes, ma'am, the decimal questions. I didn't attend the
I
class.
think you attended this one. 9.3 तक attend किया
Yes,
था?
ma'am.
Yes. So this also I guess you attended.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. The
हाँ,
number lines are
that means
decimal
from here.
format.
हाँ,
Yes,
from
ma'am.
here. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll just mark it. Okay, I'm marking from here. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So from here till how much do you want? From here
Ma'am,
till
just till exercise 1.3.
1.3. This
Yes, ma'am.
this part you have this part you also you attended, no? This one? No.
No, ma'am, I didn't attend this part also.
Okay, so no, I'm just marking till where
Yes,
I will
ma'am.
make the PDF.
Ma'am, I attended from this at 202 from there. Yesterday's class only.
Yesterday's class. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. All of these were done
okay,
yesterday.
so that means I will mark it till here.
Yes, ma'am.
This was also yesterday's only. यहाँ तक तो yesterday's का था.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So that means till here. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I have marked now. So this much part I will be sending you as a PDF, right?
Yes, ma'am. If it's possible, ma'am.
I'll do that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Great. Okay, coming to polynomials now. Find, what was the question? Find. Okay, find polynomials in one variable. In one variable. Okay, let's do this. This is first one, that is 4x square minus 3x plus 7. So is this a polynomial equation in one variable?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What about others? Others also please answer.
Ma'am,
I
can you
must
just
ask.
explain the linear poly, quad poly, and cubic poly means to me?
No, I'm just asking, is it in
Oh,
one variable
yes,
or
ma'am.
not?
Yes,
The
ma'am. It's in
question is one variable. Okay. So
Only
we
X,
can,
ma'am. Yes,
so
ma'am.
we have just one variable here.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
moreover, this is a polynomial equation also.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is a polynomial equation also. Why this is a polynomial equation? Because
Ma'am,
we
because it has more than two terms. That's why.
need more than two terms is or okay, it's a polynomial.
Ma'am, it has both. Basically, it has both variables and numbers.
Power is also positive here.
Yes, ma'am.
Coefficients are there, expressions, operations are there. Okay, so this is a polynomial with one variable, right? So this is a polynomial. Are you understanding this, children? Why this is
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
yes,
What happens if the variable has negative powers?
if the variable has negative power, then it will go come in the denominator part. Okay, so we take
Ma'am, then it will come under one variable or two variables.
नहीं टू वेरिएबल तो होगा ही नहीं वो वेरिएबल टू तो होगा ही नहीं ओके सपोज इफ यू हैव 4 raised to power minus 2 आई एम जस्ट saying with this सो ये आपका वेरिएबल कहाँ चला जाएगा ऐसे आ जाएगा ओके then in this case what happens this will not be a polynomial okay in this case it will not be a polynomial do you call this type of expressions as a polynomial we don't okay until we have something to take the LCM and take it to the equation form okay
Okay.
we don't have any equal to sign this is not a polynomial equation this is polynomial expression hello
Yeah, ma'am.
okay I hope you have understood this now we'll take more examples
Yes,
now
ma'am.
see y square plus root over 2 now this is y square plus root over 2 what can you say about this is this a polynomial equation polynomial
No,
expression
ma'am.
yes
No, ma'am.
why no
Ma'am, because it has only one variable and a root.
See here, look here. This root over 2 is a constant part.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
this is some constant. जैसे ये constant है. This is a constant term. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
Ma'am, so it is a polynomial, right?
So this is a constant term. There is no variable attached to it. Right? So
Yes,
we
ma'am.
can take it as a polynomial. So this is a polynomial.
So, ma'am, any variable with a root number, any root number is like a constant, right?
See more answers. See more questions. Now
Yes, ma'am.
see 3 root over t plus t root over 2. What can you say about this? Here the variable is t. अब t
Yes,
के
ma'am.
ऊपर power जो है this is 1 by 2 है ना? We can write t raised to 1 by 2 also. ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं ना?
No, ma'am.
But is this a integer power?
No, ma'am.
हाँ positive power नहीं है. Positive तो है but not an integer.
Yes, ma'am.
है ना? So and this is over the variable. So we
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
call it as a polynomial. This is not a polynomial, although it is in one variable only, but it is not a polynomial. Okay. I hope you are understanding.
Ma'am, it's not a polynomial because it's 3 root t, right?
Because it is root over t.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, I also a small doubt. Why won't the variables with negative power come under polynomials?
बेटे जैसे जैसे अभी आप आगे करोगे ना, यू विल गेट टू अंडरस्टैंड इट. ठीक है, जस्ट नाउ आई एक्सप्लेन्ड यू लाइक दिस. ओके, we'll do more examples and it will be clear to you. जो भी if it is negative power, polynomials की definition ही होती है we take positive powers. ठीक है, if you take negative power it will come down like this. Although it is ठीक है, if it is an equation then we can somehow take the LCM and take it on the right side. इस तरह से हो जाता है and we cross multiply it. Well, that's another thing. That is those are different questions. But here it is just the beginning. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So if you take negative power then it will come in the denominator. We will do more examples. It will be clear to you. जैसे जैसे हम आगे बढ़ेंगे इस चैप्टर में, it will be clear to you. Okay, see
Okay,
the
ma'am.
next one. Y plus 2 by y. Now what is this? Y plus 2 by y. You were saying negative power है ना? अब यहाँ पे हो गया ना negative power. Isn't that?
Yes, ma'am.
हो गया ना negative power. Y raised to -1 हो गया, तभी तो वो denominator में है. So what can you say here?
Ma'am, it is not a polynomial.
हाँ, it is not a polynomial. Why it is not a polynomial? क्योंकि इसका जो power है that is not a whole number. ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
क्यों?
Ma'am,
Because
is it
see,
because
here
y
that is-
should not be in the denominator?
हाँ, because see ये negative है. Powers can be all whole numbers. ठीक है, 0 से लेके 1, 2, 3 so on, कुछ भी positive infinity तक हम ले सकते हैं
Yes,
powers.
ma'am.
Okay, powers should be all whole numbers. It can be any whole number. 0 भी हो सकता है powers. जैसे यहाँ पे हम कह
Okay,
रहे
ma'am.
थे 0 है. Okay, we were saying no, here the power is 0, तभी तो वो constant है.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it can be 0 but not -1, because if it is -1 then it will come in the denominator. So that's why I was telling you, जैसे जैसे हम ज़्यादा questions करेंगे we'll get to understand. Okay? Okay, who was that? Who was
Okay,
asking
ma'am.
this? Who asked me this?
Ma'am, Harshit.
Okay, Varshit. Varshit, is it clear now?
Ma'am, it's Harshit H.
Harshit, okay. Okay, Harshit, it's clear now?
Yeah, ma'am.
So we don't take it as a polynomial. So this is, you can write not a polynomial. And your reason can be because the power of y is not a whole number. Okay? जैसे इसमें था,
Okay, ma'am.
power of the variable was not a whole number. ठीक है? So same is the case here. Not a polynomial. Okay, let's see the next. This is x raised to power 10 plus y raised to power 3 plus t raised to power, I think it's 50 written in my book. Okay. Now what can you say about, is this a polynomial?
No, ma'am, because it
One
has three
variable.
different variables.
It has, this
No,
is a
no.
polynomial. It is a polynomial, but not in one variable. Variables are different everywhere. Is it?
Ma'am, it's
Yeah,
showing
ma'am.
polynomial,
This is
but
a polynomial in 3 variables.
Ma'am, but not in one variable.
Not in one variable. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is also the case does not apply here, because here in this the question was we have to find polynomials in one variable. Okay. So here it is a polynomial. क्यों है polynomial? Because the powers are whole numbers, operations भी हैं, coefficients भी हैं, everything is there. But only
Ma'am?
thing is that there are 3 variables. Yes.
Ma'am, it's not necessary to give the explanation if it's a polynomial, right? In the exam.
Not necessary if it is a polynomial. Okay, if only if it is asked. If they have asked you, then give.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. Now come to question number 2. What are the coefficients of x square in the terms? Now I'll just do for you coefficient of x square. You have to find the coefficient of x square. So you just have to identify all the x square terms. किस में x square term है और उसका coefficient क्या है? So let's
okay.
see. 2 plus x square plus x. This is the
Ma'am,
equation.
the coefficients are 2 and x.
So what is the coefficient of x square means? What
Ma'am,
is
2 and
Ten.
x.
2
2,
and
2 comma x.
no.
Ma'am,
One.
Coefficient of
2
x.
x raised x
Minus two.
2 and x, right?
No. See here, what are coefficients? जब
Is
मैंने
it
आपसे ये वाला listen first. When I gave you example of this kind of equation, I said coefficients are these numbers. Variable के आगे जो भी number लगा होता है, that is called coefficient. Variable के साथ जो number लगा होता है, that is coefficient. Suppose if you have expression like this, so here your coefficient is 1. Here
ma'am,
also
1.
coefficient is 1. But in this case, this is a constant term. Why? Because there is no variable here. Okay? Any term without a variable is called constant term. Okay? लेकिन what is coefficient? Coefficient वो होता है जो variable के आगे लगा होता है. This number. Okay? And suppose if it is like this minus x plus 1, then what is the coefficient here? Coefficient here is 1. And here what is the coefficient? Coefficient is minus 1. Okay? Yes?
Ma'am, only 2, right?
So no, the coefficient here is 1. इसके
Okay.
आगे 1 है ना, ये देखिए. See,
हाँ.
a standard equation of a polynomial is like this. Ax square plus bx plus c. Okay? तो यहाँ पे a is the coefficient, b is the coefficient, c is the constant term. Okay, are you getting me? So if we compare this with this equation, ax square plus bx, sorry, this is a constant term, 2 plus this is bx square, ax square. हम इसको इससे कंपेयर कर रहे हैं, इस वाली स्टैंडर्ड इक्वेशन से कंपेयर कर रहे हैं. एक्स स्क्वायर वाली टर्म कौन सी है? ax square, then we have bx and this is c. ठीक है, सो यहाँ पे a क्या है? 1. Are you understanding? वेरिएबल के आगे जो भी नंबर लगा होगा that makes your coefficient. वेरिएबल के आगे इस टर्म में ये वेरिएबल है और इसके आगे कौन सा नंबर लगा है?
1,
It is
1,
1.
1.
ये वेरिएबल है, इसके आगे कौन सा नंबर लगा है? 1. Okay, so coefficient of x square is 1. We are asked to find the coefficient of x square, so that is 1. I hope you are understanding.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
4x square plus 3x minus 1. अब मुझे बताओ इसमें what is the coefficient of x square?
ma'am, 4, 4,
4.
And what is the coefficient of x?
3.
3. ठीक है? Okay.
Ma'am,
now
1. I sorry.
x का coefficient तो 3 है ना? Okay,
हाँ.
now suppose if I'm given this equation. Now tell me what is the coefficient of x square?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, 2.
2. Okay, this is 2. What is the coefficient of x here?
Ma'am,
Minus 2.
Minus 2.
Minus 2.
Yes,
Minus
that's
2.
minus 2. ठीक है? And this is the constant term.
1.
Why we took it minus 2?
And
Because
because
we have to compare this with the standard equation. जब हम इसको standard equation से compare करते हैं, then we have plus signs here. Okay? And if any number comes with negative, that means that this is the number b, which is minus 2. Okay? So we could
Okay.
write like this. इसको हम ऐसे भी तो लिख सकते हैं minus 2x, right? So here coefficient of x is minus 2. Okay, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I hope you have understood the coefficient part. We'll do more questions now. Okay, let's do this question number 3. This is, no, this, okay. 2 minus x square plus x cubed. Now, what is the coefficient of x square here? Coefficient of x square. Yes, tell me.
Can you repeat the question?
Okay. Jitendra, you tell me, what is the coefficient of x square? What is the coefficient of x square?
Ma'am, can I Harshit?
Yes, tell.
Ma'am, it's 1.
1.
Minus 1. Minus 1.
Minus 1. It's minus 1. Coefficient of x square is minus 1. What is the coefficient of x cube?
Ma'am, 1.
1. Only Harshit and Rohit is answering, no one else. Jitendra, please answer. Sampath, Yukta.
Ma'am, I was answering for the before one.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you more now. Now, suppose we have the next one, that is pi by 2 x square plus x. Now, what is the coefficient of x square in this case?
Ma'am, pi by 2.
Okay. Okay.
Ma'am,
Now,
and yes, ma'am.
Yukta, you tell me now, what is the coefficient of x square in this case? Yukta,
Yes, ma'am.
what is the coefficient of x square here? Is there any x square term? यहाँ पे तो x square term ही नहीं है.
Exactly, it's not there.
It's not there. So that means coefficient of x square is 0.
Okay.
Okay. So coefficient, there is no coefficient for x square. Okay, now next question says, give one example each of a binomial of degree 35. So here they are saying make a binomial equation, binomial polynomial, make a binomial with degree 35.
Ma'am, one.
Binomial is where we have two terms, is it? तो
Yes,
हम
ma'am.
कुछ भी
Yes,
ऐसे
ma'am.
दो टर्म्स बनाते हैं, इसका
Power
डिग्री 35 रख दो
plus
plus
1.
1. Is this a binomial now?
Yes, ma'am.
तो भी आना simple.
Ma'am, for degree 100, can we take 4x raised to 100 plus 2?
4x plus 100 plus 2. अरे इतने सारे टर्म्स कैसे लोगे?
No, ma'am. It's a monomial. Only 4x raised to 100.
हाँ, 4x raised to 100. Yes, this you can do. Okay, so this is a monomial. Okay, right, children?
Okay.
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
degree is the highest.
Degree is the highest power of a polynomial. Okay.
Ma'am, so can we write like 2x power 35 plus 2y power 2?
You can do 2x raised to power 35, but may keep it in one variable, no?
Ma'am, but while
Ma'am,
finding
2x
yes,
power 2.
हाँ, power 2 ठीक है, चलेगा. इसमें with degree 35 बोला है, ठीक है?
ma'am, and
Okay.
in equation if they give these degrees and either side there are powers which are equal and then you have to simplify them and find them, ma'am.
नहीं बेटे, in this question you are asking to simplify and then
If they give in an equation there is equals to and either side if they give powers then you have to simplify them.
we'll come to. I'm not get understanding your question, beta.
Ma'am, if suppose they give 2x square plus x is equals to 3x square, then the degree will be 1.
2x square plus x is equal to 3x.
Ma'am, something, ma'am, if they give there also x square, then the degree will be?
Degree is 2. The highest power is वो 3 degree होती है, ठीक है?
Okay.
Whatever is the highest power of the variable, that gives the degree of a polynomial. ठीक है? Whatever is the highest power. All right? Okay.
Okay.
And Rohit, you were asking this. Although it is correct, you were saying, ma'am, can we write like this? So it's right, you can write. But why should
Ma'am,
we
it was Harshit.
Okay, Harshit, you asked me. This is correct. You can write binomial like this with degree 35. But we would try to avoid writing it because in this question we are just asked to write a binomial with degree 5. Not with degree 5, with power 35. है ना? Okay, with degree लिखा है. ठीक है. If it is degree, then it's okay. Degree है तो मतलब highest power है. ठीक है. If it is just written with power 35, then we must avoid writing. Okay? If it is degree, then it's okay. Then it means highest power.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So write the degree of each of the following polynomials. Children, we'll continue this in the next class, shall we? The class
Ma'am,
next tomorrow. Yes.
If we want to locate 9.3 on a number line, we should first mark 9.3 on the scale, then extend it by 1 unit, right?
1 centimeter.
And between A and B, we should take a little more, a little
No.
with the protractor, with the compass, we should take a little less than the
No.
unit from B, right?
No. Listen here. First, to make 9.3, whatever number it is, not only 9.3,
Yes,
this was
ma'am.
just an example taken from your book. See, you make a length of 9.3 centimeter first, A to B, then extend it by 1 unit. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now your complete length is 10.3, right?
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
you take the midpoint of 10.3. Ab A और C के बीच में, this is your complete length. Now you take
Yes,
the
ma'am.
midpoint of AC. So midpoint of AC क्या होगा? 10.3 को आप 2 से divide कर दो. What will you get? 5. हाँ, 0.1 something. Okay, right? So 5.1 पे आप एक midpoint ले लो. Got it? Now O to A becomes your radius. Keep your compass pointer at O and your pencil at A and make a semicircle. Okay, as you have done here. Make a
Ma'am, where
semicircle.
do we place the protractor?
No protector is required here.
Ma'am, I mean, where do we place the compass on B and D, right?
Compass is to be placed at point O.
Point
Compass needle to be placed at point O and pencil at A, and with your pencil, rotate your pencil like this. Okay, so that you will get this line passing through A, C. ये C से पास करेगी ना, because OA is equal to OC.
Yes, ma'am.
है ना, क्योंकि ये मिड पॉइंट था. Now with this point at B point you already have. अब B से आप एक perpendicular extend करिए. Extend a perpendicular straight which will cut this line, and we name this point as D. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, एक सीधा perpendicular लेना है और यहाँ पे point D mark करना है. Wherever it cuts this semicircle. Now this point, this distance from B to D is your root over 9.3. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, अब आपको 9.3 तो यहाँ तो नहीं चाहिए. You don't want it in the perpendicular way. You want it on the x-axis. आपको x-axis पे चाहिए ना. So what will you do? You keep your pointer here, compass pointer here, and your pencil needle here of the compass, and rotate, make an arc like this, like this, like this, like this. So
Ma'am,
this
and
will
then
cut,
the point will
cut
become
the
9.3.
x-axis. Okay, when you
Yes, ma'am.
with BD as the radius, when you make an arc, this will cut your x-axis at this point. So this point is your root over 9.3.
Okay, ma'am.
That means from B to this point, I call this point as E. From B to E is your distance root over 9.3. B
Yes,
to
ma'am.
E. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, children.
Ma'am, for this we don't need to use the Pythagoras theorem, right?
No, in this you don't require.
Okay,
Okay?
ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, children. Thank you for today.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, Victor. Bye. You can check out for the homework in some time.
Thank you.
Okay.